From the ancient images of India, it is clear that there was once a paradise life on earth. The climate was very good, and the living creatures thrived. There was enough food, so people didn't have to work hard to find food. It was also warm, and there was no need to conquer new territories with wars, because when there is an abundance of everything and a comfortable climate, there is time for art and invention. Hello everyone, in this video I will try to provide evidence why polygonal masonry of an ancient civilization is not concrete technology, and these buildings were made of solid mass of rock. Our civilization has not yet discovered the technology of these ancient buildings, but if we move in the right way, we will solve this riddle. In this animation, you can see why the masonry of megaliths has acquired such a look. This could only be achieved by choosing a rock of solid stone for each block. The technology of how it was done remains unknown. It's definitely not a hammer and chisel. It's even funny when scientists claim that it was done with a hammer and chisel. You need to at least try to repeat and then approve. This unit weighs about tens of tons. It not only needs to be customized, but also moved and lifted. If we consider that the junction between the blocks is less than a millimeter, these blocks stand tightly to each other without gaps. Also on these megalithic blocks there are traces of processing, as if someone removes a layer on a soft material. But it is a hard and very heavy cobblestone. This is part of a solid rock. If you hear that they say that the rock was soft, then it's just a hoax and a hoax. Pay attention to this image. Here you can see that the internal parts of the block are not processed and are diluted without processing, and the appearance was processed with incredible accuracy. If liquid or soft material were poured, it would fill the entire masonry space.
Тут видно, что использовали булыжники, но это как бы доказательство, что это.
Why they were built so tightly and without binding solutions. While we are not going to talk, we will discuss this in the following videos. The most important thing is that the past civilization could process hard rocks in this way, and with their technologies it was not difficult to lift huge weights.
Они могли перетаскивать, древняя цивилизация, эти блоки и обрабатывать их.
Pay attention to these huge cobblestones. This is the back of a beautiful well-fitted polygonal masonry. It follows from this that the ancient civilization used solid massive blocks for megalithic structures.
Видно, что подгоняли вот блок.
Similar technologies were used not only in Peru, but also in Egypt, as well as in India, and in other parts of the world. It is possible that these buildings are tens of thousands of years old. It's hidden and we don't know when they were built. Perhaps this is a very ancient civilization that possessed incredible technology.
Или металлические инструменты. Вот полигональная кладка.
Pyramids in Egypt are definitely not crypts for the dead. Perhaps these buildings are intended for other purposes, maybe for communication or for the improvement of human organisms, maybe to generate energy. So far it is hidden from us. Pyramids in Egypt are definitely not crypts for the dead. Perhaps these buildings are intended for other purposes, maybe for communication or for the improvement of human organisms, maybe to generate energy. So far it is hidden from us. There are also Baalbek blocks that exceed thousands of tons. These blocks are neatly cut out and prepared for transportation. These blocks were raised to a height of 15 meters. It's like a 5-story house. Such work in our time has caused many difficulties for construction engineers. Perhaps our technologies did not cope with such a task. The Aswan obelisk is a pink granite block prepared but abandoned by the builders due to a crack, weighing more than 1,000 tons. So that you have an idea what 1,200 tons is, it's 22 cars of 60 tons each. Here is a trace of the block that has already been removed. Many such blocks were used for the construction of pyramids. It is necessary to admit to the entire scientific community the fact that our civilization is very weak compared to the past. And do not make yourself smart guys who know everything. Quarry is one with unusual traces of block excavation. Nowadays, drilling and explosions are indispensable. We don't even understand why they complicated everything so much. Perhaps it was as easy for them as it was for us to burn a brick.
Понятно, что современная история, она и по подгонке. Также мраморные изделия, вот видно везде арматуру.
Now we turn to marble. This is a work of the 15th, 18th century. We can say modern art, although the technology has already been lost, but I am now doing experiments to restore this technology. It is impossible to create granite by chemical means. The drawing will be lost. Marble can be made. Now artificial stones are made with polyester resins, but they do not withstand ultraviolet radiation and crumble in the sunlight. Therefore, we see rebar and voids in marble sculptures. There is a technology that allows you to make marble in an artificial way. From the ancient images of India, it is clear that there was once a paradise life on earth. The climate was very good, and the living creatures thrived. There was enough food, so people didn't have to work hard to find food. It was also warm, and there was no need to conquer new territories with wars, because when there is an abundance of everything and a comfortable climate, there is time for art and invention. There are a lot of temples on the territory of India where there are many images made of stone. This ancient civilization carved small statues from hard stone varieties, such as basalt, granite, sandstone. Our CNC machines will not be able to repeat this. This is the pinnacle of the architecture of working with stone. In these images we may find the secret of their technology. This image of a cyclist on a bicycle had already been carved into basalt for many years before we came up with a bicycle. Judging by the images of a sexual nature of the society that made them was liberated and did not consider nudity something shameful, perhaps this time was heaven on earth. When there was prosperity on earth, there were many plants suitable for food and it was warm on the planet. There was no need to fight for the sake of new fertile territories. People lived like in paradise. When a person's basic needs are solved, they are left to engage in art and ingenuity. Our civilization is less fortunate. We have a winter, heat, drought, crop failure. We have to conquer fertile territories. To stock up, to be in need. Limit yourself, eat animals to replenish minerals and trace elements. Time and climate have changed a lot, not in our favor. It has become hotter somewhere, cold somewhere. Crop failure and all sorts of cataclysms. Previously, people and animals thrived, now they survive, but this is logical. Favorable conditions are needed for living beings to be born. Think about it. Our civilization is not very developed. We are not always controlled by smart people. And in some places of our planet, even the stupid but strong ones rule. We have to adapt and survive in these conditions. We will proceed from what we
секс изображали на своих этих фресках. Видно, для них это было в порядке вещей, вот это ходить полуобнаженными, даже обнаженными. Можно сказать, райская жизнь. Естественно, у них и были время и построить, и поделать, и поразвлекаться. У нас время сложнее, конечно. Ресурсы ограничены, все озлобленные, войны бесконечные. У них вот на этих памятниках мы не видим нигде войны. Скорее всего, возможно, ее там даже и не было особо. Вот еще видно базальт, розовый гранит или песчаник. Но это точно не известняк и ничего такого. Это все жесткие породы, и они уже стоят, эти храмы, очень давно. Ну, на самом деле неизвестно, но их не в наше время строили. В наше время такое не могут построить. Это вообще то ли базальт, то ли гранит. Все, детализация какая, все прорисовано. Там просто даже такие моменты есть. Если вам интересно, посмотрите другие видео. Там детализация. Ну, наши технологии, даже ЧПУ не может такое сделать. Что они делали.